titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes. Whoa. What is it? Monday night? Holy shit. Dr. Huge is here on a Monday. I told you I'd be back on a weekday at some point. And who knows? Maybe we'll try to keep this like going every night like back in the day. You know, I'm getting old. I'm like LeBron James out here flopping around, trying to make things happen. So, of course, you know, go to the YouTube channel, go to the Kick, the Rumble, wherever you're at. And if you're there, hit the likes and the subscribes. See the banner? I put the banner back. We got the studio back. I had to put this together again. Amazing stuff. This restream, I set up all these bells and whistles for Saturday's show, and it was going to be so fucking fire, and it was going to be lit, and the kids were going to love it. I had scenes ready, I had clips ready, all this stuff. And nope, couldn't get in my studio right before the show started too. And hello, Sasha Reigns in the building. Monday Night Rollins. It's Monday Night Huge right now. But I'll give it to Rollins, you know, since Raw is tonight. Remember them old Raw pre-shows we would do, SmackDown pre-shows back in the Periscope days? That was the golden era. We're now in the silver era. So get like in the video, Sasha Reigns. Share this to everybody, and everybody do what Sasha Reigns does. Heather, a.k.a. Heather. You know, you started going real name like Xavier Woods and all the rest. The wrestlers, they love doing that. But more on that later. I got some wrestling notes before tonight's show. I may go past tonight's show because you know me. I'm not sitting here watching hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of wrestling every day. Not no more.
I'm not gay no more.
Can't do it no more. It's too much. Shout out to Paladin. Oh my goodness. We're getting back into business here. You see what Arc Raiders, what you're doing? You even got me doing live streams during the week instead of playing your game. Fix it. Whatever you got to do, bigger map, you know, more on this later as well. I can't believe how they've fallen off, bro. My goodness. So, yeah. And, of course, Sasha Reigns, she remembers all that stuff. Oh, we've got a lot of OGs back in the second season of the Dr. Huge Show. I think that's what we're calling it. You know, we do go away just like Stuttering John sometimes. And I tell everybody, I'm like, remember, Sasha? You would always say, when are you coming back? You coming back? When's the show coming back? And it took a while. 5 years. Can you believe that? I didn't do the show for 5 years. Then I came back and I'm killing it again. Even better than before. And back then, I was getting all the stars in all of wrestling. I haven't even done that yet. I haven't even tried. The stars I'm getting are in the Z-level Dabbleverse, which I'm not a part of, by the way. Even though I think you guys, some of you in the audience here and the viewers watching in the viewer think that I may be somebody in there. I'm not. Or am I? Elaborate hoax. And thank you, Sasha. Yep. Maybe we'll have her on someday again. Maybe we'll have her on with you someday again. You never know. You know, I could share the link mid-show. I think during the week, without my regular guests and, you know, Saturday I kind of prepare. During the week here, I can't really prepare. I'll try to figure out what's going on by checking out social media, or whatever during the day, and then I'll bring you some news and stuff in the evenings, right? We'll go over some things that I may not even know about. We're going to be talking about things that are leaking into my algorithms, and I don't really know much about it, but we're going to learn in just a little bit. You know, we can start with that, and we'll end with the wrestling stuff or whatever. You know, the wrestling people are very fickle. You know, I understand. I'm a wrestling person at heart, but you know me, I'm not going out of my way to get Netflix, ESPN Plus, and Peacock, right? If I want to watch Saturday Night Main Event, I'm not doing all this. All right. So, I'm an old man. I want my cable, and I want it all on cable. Thank you. Doc, you should try to get Shiloh Hill on episode if possible. You know, I am. Who knows? I could try. You know, a lot since coming back to the show. Year and a half ago or so, and killing it and doing it and all this stuff. You know, I was getting DDP on the show. I'm getting James Ellsworth on the show. This is the first time around. I'm getting, you know, big name people in pro wrestling. Kevin Sullivan was on multiple times. I had access to a lot of wrestlers. I still do. I just don't know if, I don't think the people really want that. I think the era of the shoot interview, as far as wrestling goes, is over. Whenever I hear like of news or see these podcasts like AJ Styles we're going to talk about was on a podcast, you'll get maybe one little clip of something that's kind of interesting, and even that's not interesting because they go on these shows, you know, they lick each other's balls and things, and then there's no entertainment being had. I'm not saying you got to hate everybody that goes on your show or show. That doesn't have to be that drama thing, but there has to be something. You know, you got to. Can you be funny? Just entertaining in some sort, right, Luke? But they're not. So all these wrestlers are doing their own podcasts, and they fucking stink.
I'm not gay.
What? That's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for you.
It's the shits.
Exactly. Luke says, I bet she wants you to share your link with her. Sausage link. I know what you're thinking. I'm quick too. I get it.
It was the shits.
It was? All right. Moving on. Now what are we going to talk about, right? What do you guys want to talk about? All, dozen of you.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's it? That's what you want to talk about? Me? All right.
What do we want to talk about?
All right. I won't swear tonight, Mama Rains. And hello. I'll try not to anyway. No promises. But we do our best over here to be PG to keep up with the WWE, which we call TKO these days. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into this. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to go in a deep dive on this Chrissy Mayer, and nobody knows who she is. I'm interested in this. I got time to do my show right now. I'm going to figure out what's going on with this stuff because it keeps popping up on my feeds. This is the big news. It's in the Dabbleverse, which I'm a viewer and listener of a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of falling off, but you understand. I understand and know some of the players in this, Nerdotic here being one of them, but I don't watch his stuff. I just know he's super famous because he streams 1 million hours a day. That's basically how you do this. If you got 24 hours a day to stream, you're going to make it, right? So let's hear from him and hear from Luke one more time, I guess. I'll allow it. I'm liking the scroll at the bottom. Thank you. Yeah, I took it off a long time ago. I don't know. It seemed like it was nobody gave a shit. It didn't seem to be working, right? But yep, all my stuff there. TikTok is at Dr. Huge Music. And before I play this video, and we don't have to look at him for the moment, but this TikTok business, since I'm bringing this up right now, here's some breaking news for you. TikTok lifted my comment and they put it back in its place because they censored it at first. Give me breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Let's talk about it.
What do we want to talk about?
Go fuck yourself.
So I wrote ha 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 on a comment. Don't even know what the comment is because I can't get to it. I don't understand all these technologies going on out here. So I get a message earlier today. Your comment has been deleted or whatever, removed because you're not supposed to do that. And I went, huh? So I appealed it, of course. And then they allowed the comment to go back on there. They do that to me a lot. And we were cooking on TikTok early last year. I was a very late comer to the game. I was like, I don't really want to use TikTok. All the kids are on it and they won't get off my lawn. And they're always doing videos on my lawn and stuff. So I didn't want to use it. And I said, fuck this shit. Right. Plus, it was like Chinese malware or whatever, spyware stuff and all these weird things you'd hear about. And I'm like, I really only need Twitter, Snapchat. That's for like 13-year-old girls. What else? Facebook's for the boomers, we all know. Instagram, got the gram, which is very specific. But again, I don't want to lose focus here. TikTok basically censored me in the middle of my show because I dare goof on, let's say, certain people, right? I've been goofing on everybody for a very long time. And then as soon as I goof on a certain people, my live ended. They wouldn't let me stream for weeks on end at TikTok. They were just the complete shits.
It's the shits.
So then I stopped doing lives on there altogether, or even trying, because they kicked me off like 6 times. They took away my little check mark. Actually, I had a check mark on there, because I'm a very fancy boy, and yeah, even when I just write a normal comment, not harassing, no swearing or words like that, I still get, nope, you're not. It's almost like they don't want me to show off to people. Like they don't want people seeing my account on TikTok. I must be in the bad guy territory or on some list. They put me on the list, Chris Jericho, forcing me to drink.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Just a little.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
You're not extreme every day with different shows. That's what I'm saying. That's why the quartering. This is all about the quartering, by the way, that we're going to be talking about now. A lot of shenanigans going on out here. I did hear the quartering was like threatening people, like, I'll get you kicked off YouTube and all this stuff. And that's a whole nother story, but that has to do with the story I just told about TikTok and how this whole online world works. And it's all about who you know, which has always been the case. But again, I digress, and let's check this out. And we're going to learn about Chrissy Marr and the quartering, a bunch of other nerds.
That I don't like interpersonal YouTuber drama. Not a fan. I've talked about this multiple times. Now, it doesn't mean I'm above it. There's other channels that do it.
And I'm above it. You won't be catching me getting in the drama shit. And if you do, wink, wink, know it's a work. I know you guys will around here. But these other stupid idiots, they're like, did you know wrestling's not real, Dr. Hughes? And I'm like, and then I'll work them for like years. So if you want to do it that way, let's do it. But they won't get it. It's just like a lot of UFC fighters. They don't seem to get a lot, or not the fighters, the fans of the fighters. They don't seem to get a lot of other stuff outside of the UFC. And essentially they're marks. Like a lot of people are they're crazy marks. They buy into all this stuff. So
do it well. I talk about Hollywood. That's what I do. I'm about as interested in drama as PPP from the Kino Casino is interested in watching some old guy in front of a bunch of toys talk about the latest Marvel movie.
That's true. He has a lot of toys. Maybe I have to step my toy game up because this guy gets the viewers, right? He's fucking hilarious. He's killing right now. If you haven't heard, he's even laughing. So you know it's funny. And again, I don't want to take this video over from him, but I'm doing my due diligence as far as the copyright laws because I know all the laws. I'm a doctor.
That's
fake.
That's about how interested I am in all of this. So, and listen, half or I don't know the percentage are not even going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And you are so much better off.
Oh, that's what we're doing? This is what we're doing. We're playing music. I'm telling you, I'm not getting the YouTube pluses either. YouTube needs to pay me.
Part of the gig, part of what we have to do here on YouTube is pay attention, be terminally online. I love this job. This is the greatest job in the world. So it is no problem for me to be constantly checking on things, see what's going on. And, usually I'm all, that's crazy. That sucks. But then sometimes, I've made this analogy before. When I was in prison, he was in
prison. He was in prison? Was he in one of those white supremacist gangs, like in the Oz show? Man, so maybe that's why these prison guys, they get out and they like kill it in the social media and whatever this is, right? Because they've been eating those shit sandwiches for months or years, and then they get out and they're just like grinding, getting toys. Look at all his toy game is on fleek, brah. Your toy game is crazy, Nerd Addict. I'm only half a man streamer compared to this guy. He's been to prison. He's got more toys than me in the background. He's got more lights than me in the back. Well, two. He's got a Batman and a Superman. And I only have the WWE light. So this is why he's not watching me, and I'm watching him to figure out who. I know who Chrissy Mayer is. Believe it or not, more than the quartering, because I seen the quartering years ago, and I just didn't trust him. Immediately, I'm like, bad guy. And I could be completely wrong. I don't know any of these people, but I have a great radar for who is good guy and who is bad guy. Could I be wrong? Again, sure. But not a lot of the times. No, just because you pump out a shitload of content and you get a huge following from really doing the same thing I'm doing right now, just a little bit worse, maybe a lot of bit worse in some cases. I don't trust that. I just don't trust it, because that kind of willpower and grind without the actual like entertainment value. Again, for me, the way you can offend me is to not be entertaining. Like, that's the most offensive thing to me, is wasting my time watching anything and not liking it. And sure, you could not like this right now. Fine, you could always change the channel, and I do many, many times. But Dr. Huge isn't force-fed to you all day, every day. In fact, you have to go out there and look for Dr. Huge. That's why I got the banner back up, which you'll see in a minute when I get back to my other page. Go ahead, Nerdotic. Sorry, I cut you off again.
Nobody wants to fight, right? So you do your best to avoid a fight, but when you are locked up with a bunch of bad people, you can avoid a fight all you want, but eventually it's going to come to you. And what you have to do is fight. You do. You have no choice at that point. And that's kind of what's happened with the drama that was brought to the door of FNT. And
I don't know what FNT is. I got to look at the chat for a minute because I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I kind of do, but I don't really know. Luke, you probably know, right? And there's Paladin. Did I put that up? Let me put this one up. I went to a prison, never made it past the initial holding cell because I charmed the cop to let me make bail when I was $10 short. What? You were in prison? Like Dominic Mysterio? That's hardcore. Holy crap. So it was like Idiocracy when you kind of like duped the cop out and like just walked out the side door. I'm not supposed to be here. And he's like, oh, get out of here, you stupid idiot. And you went, thank you, sir.
We I made my statement on Friday. We made our statements. There's a lot has happened. I have never seen anything like this with the quartering drama, with Kino Casino. And
all right, I've heard of all these people, right? I've checked out Kino Casino. It's too much fun for me. You know what I'm saying? For my type of humor and like my attitude and my outlook on the world. I don't like when people are having too much fun like that. That's too much fun. You guys are laughing way too much. You know, it reminds me of the WATPs and all this. Everything's funny. Everything's fun in games, but it ain't, right? It really isn't. Maybe that's why I like my MLCs and stuff. It will, is it the greatest stuff ever either? No, I'm not saying that, but that's more in my space. So when you got these hee ha ha nerds and things out here, it hurts my soul and it makes me want to punch holes in my drywall, which I do when I hate watch.
They had a channel struck down, their Clips channel, where their editor made all the money from it, so it wasn't really their channel. And by the way, that's how a lot of clip channels work, and I think it's great.
Also, Clippers, we love Clippers. Everybody loves Clippers. It's what's best for business. Like the Triple H line. If you are striking Clippers and they're not lifting just like your whole show or your, massive amounts of like chunks of time with no editing or anything, like that's a no. But most of them know that. Stalin 19, our boy Dirty. All these guys, they get it. Leave the Clippers alone. They help you. They're helping themselves. Sure. Who gives a fuck? Right? And it doesn't bother me one bit, and it shouldn't bother any of these people. But I've heard in the past, Chris Eves flagging channels, trying to get them taken down, all these other female comics and stuff like that. Come on, ladies. What are you doing?
It's the shits.
And especially you fellas, like that's, and it's words I can't even say that you are right now. YouTube TOS.
And I'm not going to get into any personal stuff at all. Like no personal stuff with Jeremy Hambley or anything. Fact of the matter is that
I bet. What do you think, Nerdotic? What if he had a big like swastika on his back from prison? He's got a bit, and it's got like a Batman symbol in the middle of it or something. That would be something.
False flagging happened. It was admitted to very recently in a Bearing tweet from the quartering. So whatever plausible deniability is gone, is absolutely gone. That is gone. And then there's the issue of content theft. And I think if you present yourself as a free speech warrior, and certainly if you want to be authentic and honest, it's counterintuitive to steal.
There you go. I'm honest. I take all kinds of WWE content and they flag me for it and they, hit me with copyrights and this and that and whatever. But I'm actually mixing it up. Check it out in the channel, promo edits and whatnot that I do. I think they're funny and I'm going to continue to do them whether people like it or not. So go fuck yourself. And also WWE, until the law stops me or somebody else, I get struck down by Jesus or something, I'm going to be doing these promo edits because I think it's funny. But I still understand copyrights and why they won't let me play my videos in Russia which seems to be the big one. Every time I get a notification on my phone, it's like, your video can't be seen in Russia. I'm like, whatever. Whatever.
If you're going to claim, and bless you if you have, if you've converted to Catholicism and or religion, which I'm not in any organized religion. I am aware of the commandments, and there's two. There's, I think it's 8 and 9. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Yeah, I'm not getting YouTube, so we're gonna have to deal with this literally forever. When they start putting 3, 4, 5, have you noticed they're putting 3 commercial ads on some things? Can you believe that? We're going in the full Black Mirror. Pretty soon, all our walls are gonna just have screens.
Down from God, sent down from God. Don't steal, don't lie. That's it. It's pretty simple. And this doesn't have to be a hard gig if you're honest. Now, I get called a liar all the time, but I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to give my opinion on stuff.
He seems to get it. He's being a little verbose, but he gets it, you know. It's really as simple as that. For example, my coach, Michael Vrabel. You've heard all the news about him, I'm sure, and that reporter lady and this and that, and they ran the worst PR defense against the court of popular opinion and things. But man, they fucked up. All you had to do was go, yup, you got me. I can't believe, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to really get into this. It turned into whatever it turned into, or whatever. In the media it would become less salacious and nobody would be prying as much. But when you start lying, and you're not going to fool the internet. Once you start lying and shit, somebody's going to figure it out. Somebody's going to dig because they get annoyed by your lies. And they're going to find out, hey, you're an actual total shithead. Right? So just tell the truth, especially if you're in this space. And if you get caught with something like that, it just doesn't make any sense to try to fight it these days when you're a celebrity and everybody's got cameras on their phones. That's why every week now it's a new video of them on a boat and them in the casino and them hugging at some other place. And it's nonstop. When stories, like big stories, these days generally only last a few days. This has been going on for like over a month now. So Nerdotic's hitting it with this. That's why this quartering stuff won't go away too, it seems. Because he is fighting back, like Nerdotic says. Or maybe he was talking about Kino Casino or whoever felt they were more wrong than the other one, right? But nobody generally wins in a lot of these types of fights. But I've never seen this. Just like he said at the beginning of the video, he's never seen it. I've never seen how these offenses and the flagging and this type of online gameplay has now leaked into a bunch of different streaming communities. And again, the drama, all this stuff, it has a lot of wrestling to it, and that's why it entertains me. And that's why we're figuring out what's going on with this. Keep it going, nerd.
If people don't like it, they're free to not like it. They're free to make videos about it. They're free to make videos calling me the worst things imaginable. That's
They do that with me.
I feel bad for Chrissy. I do. She stepped into a bad situation, and let's just keep it real. It got worse last night. It got a lot worse.
Because listen, this is my take on this. I think a lot of people will stick their fucking noses in places it doesn't belong, for the grift, for the clout, which we're not here for that. I'm going to have to say this every show until it sinks into everybody's head that ever watches DrHUGeShow. We're authentic. We're doing it. And we're not here for the grift. Well, we're kind of here for the grift. Who isn't? And the attention. We're here for all that. That's the honest truth. But also, the number one thing is to have fun, right? And when this stuff stops being fun, people like me back off and don't really want to deal with it. Where people like Chrissy look at it as an opportunity to grift, right? And watch out for these people that are very religious, all this stuff. It feels like she's been a part of that, the political stuff. I'm not aligned with anybody. I will never align with anybody or any of these groups. So no worries here. Hit the like button.
It could have been handled a lot better. What I said Friday, I stand by, and that's a lot of what I said to Chrissy in our phone call. I'm not going to give you all the details. And I'm not going to pile on Chrissy, but it was a disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions.
I seen some of these clips on MLC the other night, and Chrissy had this young lady on, and they're trying to hash this out because there was a problem there. Danny spoke about it on Saturday's show. It's hard to let this stuff sink in, especially when I don't know any of the other women. But
so, and it's not one that's going to end. I don't know if she's doing another stream tonight to make up for the super chats that weren't read.
Oh, I was going to get to. She's just not accountable. Like a lot of people that we know, right? They just refuse to be accountable for the mistakes. And again, that's not how you do this. If you fucked up, just admit you fucked up. And then things generally go away. Will you still get goofed on about it and this and that? Sure. But it won't be like this where it just gets progressively just worse and worse. So rip the Band-Aid off. That's my advice.
And again, I don't like drama. I don't like it coming my door. I don't like distractions at all, particularly to what I'm doing on my channel. And I don't want my co-host dragged into this. And we are, and it has to be acknowledged. But one thing I tried to do is mitigate it, because ultimately it ain't my problem. It's not Jeremy's problem. It's not Ryan's problem. But I don't know what the path forward is for Chrissy. I haven't talked to Chrissy yet. I probably will. We'll figure it out. But
I think the nerds have figured her out, right? That group of nerds he was talking about, I think they definitely figured Chrissy out probably a long time ago. Again, I think she's there for the grift. That's why she's doing all this. Comedian, gamer, religious, politics. She's into all of it, right? At in my opinion, a very mediocre level. You understand? But hey, she's got boobs. So
as far as it's really important. And we've seen it time and time again. You have to be honest with the audience. And if the audience doesn't feel like, and I am part of that audience, right?
And she was not honest at all in this whole show she did the other night with this Britney girl. The super chats coming in one after another, like big ones. And she was like only showing the ones that were like pro Chrissy or that were in the middle or whatever. And she didn't show most of these. She could have made bank last night off of, basically her being kind of a dipshit. She could have made bank off of that and actually done the grift correctly. And she chose not to, which is just insane to me. But I think it's because she knew she was in the wrong. And what are you going to do? Right? She's deflecting and obfuscating and lying. And she's got this whole thing going on. It's like, why are you trying to fight this hard? You are not going to win. You're not winning this one. And again, this is off of the quartering and his whole thing and what basically the same thing he did. They're all doing it now.
My fellow members of the audience, if the audience doesn't feel like they're getting the truth, they will bail. And
Spring. Get him.
Right. We're getting hit with another one. Jeez, Nerdotic. Or is this our boy Stalin. Or Dirty. All right.
All that talked about a lot. This is about false flagging, and it's not about who you had on as a guest, or that particular guest. And ultimately, authenticity is all we have. It doesn't matter what I want to hear, right? It matters what the audience wants to hear. And if you don't feel like you need to apologize, then don't. But it's not anything I'm asking for sure. But it might be owed to other people, because I think in Chrissy's closer friend circle, it looks like they're feeling pretty lied to right now. So
Chrissy had a show again, like I said last night. I was watching it through MLC, and there was 4 people there. 2 of them weren't really saying anything because the main characters are like hashing this thing out. And there was one lady just sitting there off to the side, staring like with bug eyes right into the corner where Chrissy was. That was kind of funny. I don't know if she meant to do that on purpose, but she's a fake redhead too? No way. Is that fact, Jack? You must know.
What?
You were at the compound building, weren't you? You're a compound guy, right? My goodness. White nationalists everywhere. Yep. I also know Chrissy stole Christmas presents, kind of like the Grinch did. Yeah. And that's a fact. She even talked about it. What else? What else she do? Trying to think of some of the greatest hits from Chrissy. But fake redhead is crazy. It's unbelievable stuff. And I know this is totally unpopular, but I've been saying it for a while. She was hot 10 years ago. I don't care. She was hot. She's a bit of a butterface, but we'll take it, right? Do I have my butterfaces in here?
Everything looks good but her face.
You understand? I think you get it. So, do we need to hear more of this guy? This is only halfway through the video, not even. Again, he's
in the chat, and God bless him. If you're here, you're here. That's fine. Saying some shit, and you go, all right, you're gonna say after that, and that it wasn't the case. I don't know who she felt bullied by, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But ultimately,
CIA.
If you're going to be online, you got to kind of know what's going on. You got to do your research as far as topics.
Not me.
Topics. That's very important. The topics that we talk about on FNT, and can't do it. And it started a wave of it now that isn't stopping anytime soon. And when you go out on Twitter and you start stirring it up and making it worse, and then you say, for example, start calling me and SJW, like even that term is gay.
YouTube TOS.
Not of course, not everybody's going to know the drama, but
we got it.
Yeah,
we know nobody knows.
The last thing,
nobody knows.
Then Quartering, I got to keep this all straight in my head. Quartering doesn't denies it, although he said it was going to happen. So the internet's going to think what they're going to think, no matter what. Then people get into what are the oranges are for. That's from a short. Again, there's a million videos out there. You can get caught up on that.
Not telling us anything, folks.
But
I thought we were going to learn something here.
The audience, there was a lot of things, but I'm going to save it for talking to Chrissy. A lot of things I saw that I was just
talk to me, Chrissy. I'll ask some questions. We'll ask the hard-hitting questions, and we'll get to the bottom of this. There'll be no bobbing and weaving with Dr. Huge. Yep. In high school, Mara was a diver, which is quite ironic, eh? I'm going to hit you with one of these. Let's go. I pick up what you're putting down. Unbelievable stuff. Good. Keep up the good work, Chrissy. You worked yourself into a shoot, and then you didn't even try to make money off of it. Which is that's like your whole thing. Right. Got it. Anyway, I do have another clip here we can watch. I don't do clips, but we can right now, I guess. Come on, bring it up. Where's screen sharing? Look at this. Look at me getting political like Chrissy Mayer over here. So we're going to watch the Trump statue thing. I wasn't even sure if this was real. I don't know what's real anymore. And if you think you know what's real anymore, you don't. So, but apparently this was real. What was it? I still don't know.
I want to make sure everyone can hear. Okay, sir.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank you so much for being there today, and more importantly, for what you did. The statue is beautiful. You know, I saw it during the weekend. We had a big PGA tournament with a great champion, and all great champions, actually, but it was a great tournament, and I got to look at it very closely, and it's incredible. And I just want to thank you. I know it was done from love, and I want to thank Mark Burns, a pastor. He's a good pastor. He's a good man. I've known him a long time. He's been with me from the beginning, right from the beginning.
A pastor put this up, huh? They know what this means, right? I mean, come on, this is like basic stuff if you know anything about religions and things. So, this has to be a goof, right? I think this is a goof.
Beginning, maybe about 2 days later, right? 2 days.
But right, Mr. President.
he was right at the beginning, and I appreciate it, Mark. You're great, and just really a good person. And I want to thank everybody there. I don't know, here there's a good crowd of people, but I want to thank you all, and I won't forget it. And we love you all, and the country's doing great. And Iran is...
You know, it kind of looks like the Tom Brady statue that they put up in front of Gillette like a year or two ago. One arm up in the air, the other arm was holding the helmet, I believe. But yeah, very similar. Very strange.
Is not doing good because of us. They are not doing well at all, and good things are happening. And I just want to really give you my love, and I wish I could be there where we want to make sure everything's going perfect on the war front. I figure you can understand that, but we'll see you all around. I just want to, again, it's everybody is taking pictures of it. Everybody is. My people told me that it's unbelievable. All day long they're taking pictures. They stand up next to it and have their picture taken. It really came out beautiful. I didn't know what to expect. I just want to thank you all. And we love you all, and God bless America.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. We love you. God bless you, Mr. President. I love you, sir. Talk to you soon.
And don't get me wrong. Again, if you're new, if you're watching this for the first time, I don't hate Trump. I'm not one of these, I hate this person, I hate that person. I don't like any of them. I get what's going on, right? We have, $6 gas plus in some areas. And he's getting golden statues at his resort house, whatever that he lives in. He wants that ballroom real bad. That has a bunker underneath the warehouse. Nothing to see there. Things were hoaxes that he was trying to run on to become president, you know? You understand what's going on here? Some people don't. But then, you know, people are like, well, we'll just vote differently this year in the midterms or whatever. And then we'll, you know, that will fix things. And then we'll get our criminals in. Right. Yep. So there you go. Some world news from your boy, Dr. Huge. Amazing stuff by me. Thank you. Yep. We get it. Everybody gets it. Crazy shit out here. People are maxing out their credit cards and things. Can't live or anything. He's getting golden statues. Cool. Let's yeet to that, right?
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Love it. We love it. Anyway, so back into the wrestling stuff a little bit. The Rock, he was at the Kevin Hart roast last night. I heard he did a very long set too. I heard it was a really long show. That Tom Brady roast was pretty long too. You know, Jeff Ross and Tony Hinchcliffe and all these other horrible, horrible people. When I saw some of the lineup, I'm like, what? This is like the Illuminati roast of Kevin Hart. You understand? Because he's like in the Illuminati, he wears dresses and eats babies. Most likely YouTube TOS, allegedly, maybe, probably. So, yeah, I call it the Illuminati roast of Kevin Hart. Him and Cat Williams made up, so maybe Cat Williams is in on, you know, all the stuff now too. Some people are sick of roasts. It's one of my favorite, you know, genres of comedy. And they've been doing it forever. The peak was really the Comedy Central stuff in the mid 2000s. But who knows? I never watched really any of the Friars roasts because, you know, they're old. So, yep. But The Rock, I'll have to check it out. Maybe when I get Netflix again someday. Because there's no other reason for me to get it other than Raw. And I ain't getting it for Raw, brah. You understand? Go watch Raw right now if you need to. But telling you still got 4 minutes. And it ain't going to be that good. Because let me tell you about some of the things that are going to be coming up. I guess, where is it? Roman Reigns is having some sort of recognition, acknowledgement ceremony tonight. Really, Roman Reigns?
It was the shits.
The new Bloodline storyline just...
It was the shits.
I don't really care that Jacob Fatu wants to, like, you know, off his whole family and things. It's not compelling to me. Plus, it's so unreal. No pun intended. Very, very unreal that Jacob Fatu in a Samoan family like this would be attacking his family with illegal moves and things. It just, you know, my OTC, right? OTC's kind of the shits. The original tribal chief, remember that? And they're still running with it. It's all boring. It's all stupid. It's all bald. And you know who else is going bald? Word is, looks like our boy Braun Breaker here, he's bald AF. And the kids are goofing on him. Cut your hair. We're going full bald pride. All right, Braun Breaker? This shit comes on fast, I know. What, in your mid-20s? Yep, it's about that time. For some people. And it disappeared quick. And when I watched Backlash, taking on Seth Rollins, and now he's got a bunch of hair in the back, and it's all combed forward and like glued to the front of his head. So you might get away with that for a month or two. That will fool the children. But nope. Your time has come, Braun Breaker, to become Bald Breaker. You see? See what I did there, Seth Rollins? He sees. He knows what I'm doing. And then we got an announcement during Backlash with this John Cena over here. And again, he's explaining himself to the crowd. The reason why I smiled and the reason why I went out the way I did while everybody's booing in the background. The reason why I did that, though, come on, guys, it's because I wanted to show you Saul Ruka. And he popped the audience, and this guy in Obafemi, right? And, you know, cheap pops. He knows how to work this stupid idiot audience. So he got out of that real quick. I predicted that he was going to do the whole Club WWE thing, and he was going to start selling that. I bet you that was the original deal that they were trying to pull off. But then when it came closer to time and everybody was like, they're just going to be talking about Club WWE, they switched up maybe a day or two earlier, and they created this whole idea of the John Cena tournament and all this stuff because they need to get John Cena involved because there are no more stars in pro wrestling. I'm not buying Roman Reigns as a star, and I'm wearing his t-shirt, but I'm fact jacking it that he is not as big a star as they think he is. But nobody is these days when it comes to just about everything, except maybe pro football. And they're really trying. The last of the Mohegans there, this Tom Brady. I think that was like the end of like the big time. That's why they're putting it all on Mahomes. You still got LeBron out there. You really believe in all that. But then you got the last real champion, as he called himself, John Cena here. And he's going to become like the spokesman, I guess, for WWE. Also to be the Tony Robbins of the WWE. You might as well get the Britney Spears mic connected to his head because that's the vibe I get when I hear John Cena now post wrestling career. And they're supposed to have a John Cena Classic, which showcases young talent to go up against, older wrestlers we all know. And it just made me think that he's going to bury all over again. He had his little John Cena tournament to see who was going to take him on in his last match. And he reburied Dolph Ziggler, brought him back from the grave. He brought Zack Ryder back from the grave, reburied him with some other people. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a way for John Cena to still keep the tradition of the Golden Shovel alive with help, of course, from Triple H and TKO, which they love John Cena, I'm sure. He's a celebrity. He's a celebrity. Get me out of here.
What do we want to talk about?
Not you, Cody Rhodes. BBQ1. Do we have anything to talk to you about?
Go fuck yourself.
No, we don't. So get off my screen. And I hope the tournament goes well. Cena wrote a whole post, a very long Stephen King novel earlier today about this might be the shits, everybody, this whole tournament thing, which
it's the shits.
I guess that the point of it, it's like a tournament, but then even if you lose, you might still advance from the marks voting online. So I'm hoping some sort of Sanjaya business happens like American Idol and everybody just votes for like the worst wrestler over and over and over and have them lose match after match and everybody online still votes for him. And then he becomes the champion of losers in the John Cena Classic. Thank you, John Cena. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what we're doing?
John Cena recognized.
I'll try to get that going. I'll get that stirred up on the Twitters and the X's. Follow me, DrHUGEshow, if you haven't seen. Well, we have had some other news. Like over the weekend, there was more booing going on. I don't know if you've seen or heard that. Yep, Danhausen comes out, cloning machine, which is a wooden box that he came out of. And then a midget came out that looked like Danhausen. And towards the end of the match, they all came back out. But a couple pay-per-views ago, maybe even the last pay-per-view, didn't we have a bunch of Danhausen midgets running around anyway? So they're back? And that was your mystery partner for Danhausen? People are speculating once again. Was it Punk? Was it this guy, that guy? Who could it be, right? Couldn't be a talent that you have on a roster to, like, maybe jazz up or whatever. Nope. Just a bunch of dwarfs. Again. So, the crowd booed. Initially, there were some spots in the match that were hilarious, mostly from The Miz. The Miz gorilla pressing midgets and things and flexing. That was pretty cool. That was fun. That made Dr. Huge laugh. But this whole, him in the press conference after coming out and the whole that he's happy. Again, it's, he's very much like a Kino Casino of WWE right now, where it's evil but good. He got some, he's got all the lines, and he's selling merch, and he's, what was he calling himself? Merch housing, or so. He's got everything housing. I get it. It's obnoxiously hack to Dr. Huge. Another reason I don't need to really watch this. When they consider this whole gimmick to be, one of the biggest things they got going. And honestly, during that match with Danhausen and The Miz and Kit Wilson and all them, there was a bigger pop for that. There was a lot bigger pops, multiple bigger pops in that match than there were in the main event and the other matches after, which is just hilarious to me. I just think everybody's getting dumber. So eventually your main event will be Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul, and then the match to lead up to that will be Danhausen fighting like a group of midgets or something. So have fun with that. Again, I'm not paying for any of this. Not no more. Nope.
I'm not gay no more.
We don't do that no more. But at least it wasn't Jelly Roll, right? At very least. Because this Jelly Roll, he's beyond the shits.
It's the shits.
All these other celebrities, the shits times a billion. So get off my TV, get out of my, oh, you like wrestling? Cool. Like most of the world likes wrestling. They don't have to be in the middle of WrestleMania and all this stuff, especially when like a WrestleMania night one, I think was technically shorter than Backlash. And Backlash was a short ass show. They're not even as long as a SmackDown. How crazy is that? So, listen, that's why I'm kind of backing off the wrestling. And I don't want to critique it, AJ Styles. Sorry, AJ. I know that upsets you as well. You were on your podcast saying, how dare these wrestling fans, the IWCs and things, they critique everything just like it. That's what Gold Dust says. That's what all you old heads and, in the wrestling game think. Just like it, Marks. What do we got? We're pumping out 50 hours of pro wrestling a week. Watch it all and just like it. How about you make like 5 hours a week and make it really, really, really good? How about just that? Like the old days. Instead of spreading it out, instead of making a new... Everybody was just complaining the past year or two. There's a crazy amount of titles. And then John Cena comes out and makes an announcement that he's going to bring another title? You guys stupid? So yeah, there's plenty to critique, and you're going to miss on some of it, like you said. No, you're going to miss on most of it. You guys are missing on most of it these days. You guys have layups after layups in front of you, and you just miss. So don't take this up with us and the fans and this and that. We got it right. We're the internet. We see what's going on. We're not forced to like anything. Thank you. And that's why I can be totally honest. Lil Yachty is the only one that should be in this world as a celebrity. He gets it. He brought all that money. Of course, it was ones, but hey, those are like big stacks. And he's throwing them into the crowd after the match. He understands what's going on during the match. That's Travis Scott. Remember Travis Scott last year? Lil Yachty way better than Travis Scott. Travis Scott's the shits.
It's the shits.
They kicked him out of WWE. They're like, you don't even understand what's going on. Like, you broke Cody Rhodes' eardrum. Huh? And all you had to do was slap him? You're an idiot. Lil Yachty, you get it. You're allowed to stay. And You got a WWE pass from Dr. Huge, so you're good. Yep. And to finish this thing off, because I was just going to do a short little pop-up show. Plus, I got to go eat sandwiches, of course. But Stuttering John, he's gone now, right? So I guess I'm dabbling with myself from now on. And anything I talk about in that world, remember, I'm not a part of it. I'm not an advocate for SJ. He lost all my support. And, yep, even if you come back, don't come back. Because I'm waiting for you. All right, if you come back, I'm going to get you, Stuttering John, in a boxing ring, YouTube TOS. And then I got my my jokes. Maybe you found this that I created. Remember that movie Drive? Yep, well, John was in a movie too called Drunk Drive. Get it? Mm-hmm. I fixed up my studio and just I'm going through some of the clips, some of the ones I want to keep in here. You know, whenever I bring up my reality shows that I want to make. Like last time, I was hoping I had Enzo to really paint a picture for everybody as far as like him giving away his Jordans. Look at all those roses are just flowers in the background. It'd be so romantic. Enzo and Cass with a dating show. We got to do this with the Dabbleversers too. Just get them all in one house. If they were smart and they're all aspiring to grift and make as much money as they can from goofing around, why wouldn't you go all out and try to do, the whole, rent a place for a week and just record everything? Again, another slam dunk, they just won't do it. And then just to get your attention, that's right, Moxley the 13th to wake everybody up and give you a good little scare there. And I would be remissed if I didn't bring up Asuka. In the rumors, she was crying after the Io Sky match at Backlash, and they're hugging, and it really felt like a goodbye, like a last match. And, she's getting all this praise from people backstage. So, I mean, obviously, it must be they got rid of Kyrie a few weeks ago, and she's leaving. She's like, fuck this place. So there you go. Breaking news. Asuka, in my opinion, speculating, but I think it's true.
This is breaking news.
Let's talk about it.
Asuka said, oh, you're going to get rid of Kyrie and not even finish the storyline that we had planned? Go fuck yourself. I'm out of here. I'll finish this thing with Io Sky and then we're done. Bye. Indefinitely, right? Personal issues or problems, whatever, right? Sure. Yep. Maybe they lowballed her too. Said, would you like way less money to do the same thing as we fire one of your best friends? And she said, nope. See you later. Anyway, we did it, everybody. We killed it again. Amazing stuff by Dr. Huge today. Get off my screen, Asuka. You're out indefinitely, bro. See ya. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons. And I'm cooking up some new promo edits this week. Go watch the promo edit playlist. Killing it on there. The people love it. And if you don't like it, hit the like button anyway. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. Who knows? Hit the notifications. The bell. Bye. See ya. See ya. Bye.
No.